Good day, sir. As to the third topic of my presentation, this is taken from Chapter 4 of our lesson, and this talks about non-cognitive traits and skills. Non-cognitive traits include attitudes, beliefs, grit, mindset, self-control, goal orientation, and values. These are part of a student's character and personality. This can be intrapersonal and interpersonal as well. These are also called affective or social emotional traits and are essential for success in school and in life. Students are more successful when they are responsible, can self-monitor, and can work collaboratively. So it's no secret that students who are invested in learning emotionally tends to perform better than those who are passively just doing schoolwork. In addition, students who are responsible, have the ability of metacognition, monitor their own progress, and work smoothly with others tend to be successful than those who lack in these departments. Research has established clear linkages between affect and learning. Students who value what they're doing are better problem solvers, will be more motivated to exert maximum effort on tests, are more likely to pay attention to information, remember it, rehearse it meaningfully, and apply it. Classrooms with positive climates foster student engagement and learning. Longitudinal studies have shown such qualities predict economic, social, psychological, and physical well-being. So, as I've mentioned earlier, students who are invested emotionally in what they're doing tend to perform better than their other counterparts. So, of course, if students or learners are placed in a nurturing and ideal environment which would foster their learning or the process of learning, they tend to grow better or perform better eventually compared to those who are placed in areas with distractions in place. On to the next slide. So why aren't such traits systematically assessed? When schooling is organized by subject, cognitive subject matter targets are the focus. Some think attitudes and values should be taught at home. Defining these traits is difficult because each is abstract. The assessment of these traits is fraught with difficulty. It often depends on student self-report. A teacher's frame of reference is different than her students due to differences in context, backgrounds, and culture. Of course, there is a division which sometimes occurs, especially in discussions of certain subject matters, where teachers and students have different perspective, especially when experience and background comes into play. And of course, systematical assessment of these traits are often difficult because the understanding of each subject matter is different or varies per person. Here's a table showing relationships between learning, success, and effect. So successful learning is hopeful, optimistic, feels positive, wants more success, seeks challenges, seeks and uses feedback, and empowered. On the other hand, unsuccessful learning is characterized by being hopeless, pessimistic, feels negative, wants to avoid further failure, avoids challenges, seeks feedback as criticism, and embarrassed. So you can really see the differences between the two, with successful learning adopting a more active and positive approach towards the learning process, and unsuccessful learning adopting a more passive-aggressive way of learning. And again, especially on terms of feedback, it views it as criticism instead of using it positively in order to improve his own or her own work. Next slide. So successful learning is confident, engaged, involves positive attitudes, values learning, and seeks new ideas. Unsuccessful learning, on the other hand, is unsure, is disengaged, has negative attitudes, avoids learning, and avoids new ideas. So differences are clear, of course, for everyone. In that successful learning involves positive attitudes, positive outlook, and successful learning is more on avoiding the responsibility or the work involved in learning. It's disengaged and is full of negativities. Moving on to the next slide. So non-cognitive traits and skills. Positive non-cognitive dispositions or skills are essential for effective learning, being a productive member of society, preparing for occupational satisfaction and productivity, maximizing the motivation to learn now and in the future, preventing students from dropping out of school, enhancing student beliefs that they are capable of learning, enhancing perseverance in the face of difficulty, and enhancing students' altruism. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you.